Breaking within the past few hours, crews have been cleaning up the aftermath of a house explosion in East Bethel. It happened around 8:30 this morning near Viking Boulevard and Greenbrook Drive. As you can see from this aerial view, it looks like a new home still under construction with extensive damage to the living and garage structures. A spokesperson for Allina Health says 3 victims were pulled from the building and taken to HCMC, 1 by helicopter and 2 by ambulance. Right now, there is no update on their conditions. Stay connected with us as we learn more details. You can check out our website at KARE11.com, on air, and on our social media platforms. In just 4 hours, the Ramsey County Sheriff will have to have a plan to reduce the number of people at the county jail. The state gave the order on Friday, saying there are several issues at that jail that put inmates at risk. Right now, the current licensed capacity is just under 500 inmates. But the Minnesota Department of Corrections says they must reduce capacity to 360 inmates. The state investigation found 3 key violations: failing to meet minimum staffing requirements, a pattern of not conducting timely and appropriate well-being checks, and repeated incidents of failing to provide medical care to inmates. The sheriff says while they work on solutions, they'll move some inmates to other facilities across the state. Police are investigating after a man who had been shot crashed into another car near the Minneapolis Sculpture Garden early this morning. Witnesses told police they heard gunshots and then saw the vehicle driven by the victim rear-end a second vehicle at a stoplight. That gunshot victim was taken to HCMC, where he was pronounced dead. People in the second car were not hurt. No arrests have been made. Let's talk weather now. A nice kind of warmish day out there, Ben, really given this time of year.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so far the warmest day of February so far. We're already at 33 degrees and climbing. And each day this week, we have a chance of reaching above the freezing mark. Now, before we talk any more mild conditions, we do have some wintry precipitation to talk about. This is our live radar satellite composite. It doesn't look like much right now, but there's a weather system moving in from the southwest. We're going to notice the clouds begin to fill back in, and some rain and snow is forecast to move through later this afternoon into the early evening hours. Here's microcasts that bring some snow and rain through the metro about mid to late afternoon. Notice by 5 o'clock, all snow north and west of the Twin Cities metro. That's where we could expect some light accumulating snow. It doesn't last very long. By 7, 8 o'clock, most of the snow showers are going to start to move out of the metro. And notice by 10 o'clock, totally done with the state, and we should see things dry out from there. Not looking at a lot of snow accumulating, maybe a dusting to an inch around the Twin Cities metro, but you can see north and northwest of town. You can see 1 to 2 inches of snowfall from Maple Lake, Clearwater, Princeton, up towards the Mora area. That's where we could see some slower conditions as we head into the evening commute. So for today, clouding back up after seeing some nice sunshine this morning, peaking out at 37 today, slightly cooler heading into Tuesday, but we will see more sunshine, especially later in the day, and still a blustery westerly wind about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Notice in the 7-day, almost every day this week is warmer than the freezing mark. Peaking on Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high temperature just shy of 40. Cooling off back below freezing Friday into Saturday, and our next chance for snow showers is on Thursday, but most of that looks to stay to our south and east. So after we get through this evening commute, it looks like things are relatively quiet for the remainder of the week. Lauren?
Yeah, just really pleasant. Ben, thank you.
Yep.
And make sure to download the KARE 11 weather app. You can get personalized forecasts, weather alerts, and live radar anytime. That's free in every app store. Well, last night was the Grammy Awards, and singer Lizzo shined bright. The former Twin Cities musician won Record of the Year for her hit About Damn Time and dedicated her big win to Minnesota's own Prince.
I want to dedicate this award to Prince. When we lost Prince, I decided to dedicate my life to making positive music.
The two worked together before his death in 2016. More than 2,000 people have been killed and thousands more have been injured after a powerful earthquake struck Turkey and Syria today. Turkey's disaster agency is asking for help from the international community as they begin to rebuild. Tonight at 5, we sit down with organizations in Minnesota who are ready to jump in and help both countries recover. Well, that's all for us. All your news and weather headlines. We'll be back in 30 minutes with more updates.